On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
On SaaS or like soft skills, where your company culture and the camaraderie and the character is very important part of the job. So I just want
but the reason why I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
The reason why the work example is relevant is because that's what a relationship is. It is work.
It's work.
And how it is.
Come on, humble dad.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And so what it is so what it is that you do matters, right? So I mean, I think that's what I was saying, that both make sense. I mean, I've been a person that had to hire people before, right? And it was up to me to determine what lie and what truth that they were telling. But at the same time, it's their responsibility to be honest.
Exactly.
Right. So in a relationship, it's important for you to be honest. And then on the other end, it's my job when I'm looking for somebody, for me to determine what it is that is the value.
You gotta mind it. Then it's all fluff. It's silly. It's stupid. And that's why I say you need to get in the network, because I get to see how you really are. I get to learn who you really are. I get to see what your likes and your dislikes are and how it is that you react to pressure, and whether or not you show people love or you hate them, depending on how it is that they offend you, or if you stay in your femininity at all times, regardless of whether or not you offended or whether or not you speak when you like people. I get to see you in your element because I get to see you without all of the presentation layers, and I get to learn who you are in real life. That's what true vetting is. It's not dating. Dating doesn't show you anything but the ability for a chick to put you in her phone named food. That's all it is.
Okay, now I was gonna say, just for clarity, it's again, I don't want to make it sound like I'm taking all of the onus off of the woman. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is, as a man, I have to shoulder most of that blame, because again, if I hire somebody that's unable to fulfill the job, that means that I didn't interview them properly. I didn't ask the right questions. I didn't show you, because we are hiring you to do a specific job. Let's put that on the table, right? I'm hiring you for accounts payable. You're going to be working with right angle. That's what you're going to be doing, right? So when you come into this interview, I need to base my question around whether or not you can perform the specific task that I need you to do.
But what if she don't show up? What if that employee don't show up on time, Trill?
Oh,
that ability to be able to do that task. What if she don't know how to effectively with her team?
Anton's talking about character. Trill's talking about basically what they've done.
No. What I'm saying is, all of it is engulfing in the interview process. This is my company. I'm setting up the interview process. I'm not just asking you one question. I'm asking you a bunch of different things to figure out who you are as a person and your ability to do this job. If I don't have a system in place enough to tell me that, regardless of whether or not you lying or not, that's my fault. Because again, on one end, we can't say that men are the leaders and I'm bringing you into my program, this, that, and the third, but I don't even have an assessment set up well enough to tell me what type of woman I'm getting. I don't even have the wherewithal to determine whether or not you capping, whether or not you lying, or whatever the case may be. If that's the case, I don't need to be dating. I need to go back to the drawing board and tweak my system a bit. Now, again, not saying that no onus is on the woman. Of course, you're supposed to come in, tell the truth, have integrity, things of that nature. Very true.
You have not once.
Most of the onus falls on the man.
You have not once gave any responsibility to the women. Not one time in this whole live stream tonight.
Well, why is that a thing?
Well, hold on, because
you keep it like a scorecard.
Hold on, because
I think Courtney was trying to say something for a little minute.
After Trill, because I understand, and again with you, humble dad, I was using that as well with the interview. Your resume gets you in the door, but it doesn't sustain you. It doesn't necessarily get you promotions. So we can get you in the door, but your worth ethic, me showing you how valuable I am, again, that's me showing you, not necessarily telling you. People get into a job and want to be stagnant and okay, making this amount of money for 5, 6, 10 years. But a real go-getter and a person that really wants to be established at that company, a woman that really wants to be a wife, is always going to be thinking that interview process. Yeah, I done got in the door. Yeah, we're dating, but I want more. And I'm going to continue to prove and show you how valuable I am to get that. When you're in a job, don't stay there. You keep working up. So it's a process that you also have to do when you get to that job. It's not that I got the job, bam, I'm here, that's it. it's a continuation on, and a good leader is going to see that. If he's a CEO and he's looking for his COO, then okay, you have to prove yourself to be in this particular, to get this particular title. So it's always still work being done. When you talk about job or even with the dating, I know, Anton, you don't do the dating, but for someone that does, that one call, that first date that's my resume. But in order to get more, in order to be exclusive, in order to meet mama, in order to get that ring, in order to get that family, you got to show and prove.
I mean, I believe both of them are right, honestly. And the funny thing is, Anton, I actually just went through a 4-panel interview last week, and they were looking for someone regarding character. But before that, I interviewed with the CEO regarding Trill's perspective. So I got to see both sides, right? I went through like a 4-part interview with these people, with this company. So I believe in both of y'all's perspective, because with that job I just got, it was both sides from it. They wanted someone, the character side of the things, making sure that I can fit into that department itself. But the CEO was going based on the resume, asking me questions. I Googled some shit, told him what he, sometimes you got to finagle the system a little bit, so I kind of agree with both y'all in certain situations.
I think when we use work, it can get a little bit tricky, especially when I think about my work, because there are people that do the job so well that the president does not give a rat's ass that they really don't go in with the company culture. Like, there are multiple people that I work with that they're not necessarily pleasant to work with, but they've been here for 15 years with the growth, 18% year over year. So the president's not getting rid of them.
But Kayla, you're in
people
sales.
who excel highly at their job, it's like, yeah, I could get somebody else that has great company culture, but that can't do the numbers as well as this person. So I just feel like it depends when we get to talking about certain jobs where your quality of work is the most important part versus like a job where it's focused on SaaS or like soft skills, where your company culture and the camaraderie and the character is very important part of the job. So I just want
but the reason why I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
The reason why the work example is relevant is because that's what a relationship is. It is work.
It's work.
And how it is.
Come on, humble dad.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So what it is that you do matters, right? So, I mean, I think that's what I was saying, that both make sense. I mean, I've been a person that had to hire people before, right? And it was up to me to determine what lie and what truth that they were telling. But at the same time, it's their responsibility to be honest.
Exactly.
Right. So in a relationship, it's important for you to be honest. And then on the other end, it's my job when I'm looking for somebody, for me to determine what it is that is the value.